Going for an immigration interview can feel like the final boss battle of your journey to the US. It's totally normal to be nervous, but knowing what to expect can make a huge difference. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how USCIS conducts these interviews, so you can walk in feeling prepared and confident. Let's break it down. First things first. What's the point of the interview? USCIS officers use it to verify the information on your application, confirm your identity, and make sure you're eligible for the immigration benefit you're seeking. They're essentially connecting the dots between your paperwork and you, the real person. So, you've received your interview notice. This letter is your golden ticket. It tells you the date, time, and location of your appointment. It also lists the specific documents you need to bring. Don't just skim this. Read it carefully, like your birth certificate, marriage certificate, passports, and any other supporting evidence. It's a good idea to organize these in a folder so you can find everything. Make a checklist and double-check it before you leave the house. Being organized shows the officer you're serious and prepared. Maybe 15 to 30 minutes before your scheduled time. This gives you a buffer for traffic or parking and time to go through security. You'll check in at the reception desk, and they'll tell you where to wait. Take a deep breath. You've prepared for this. You can bring your spouse, your petitioner, or your attorney with you, depending on your case type. You'll raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth. This is a formal and very important step. From this moment on, everything you say is an official statement. The interview itself is a conversation, but a structured one. They'll ask you questions about your personal history, how you entered the US, your family, your employment, and your background. For example, if you're there for a marriage-based green card, expect a lot of questions about your relationship. How did you meet? What do you do together? Let's talk about those marriage-based interviews a bit more, because they are very common. If you and your spouse are interviewed together, the officer will ask questions to both of you. They might ask about your daily routines, your home, or even small details like what side of the bed you each sleep on. If they have doubts about your relationship, they might separate you and your spouse for a Stokes interview, where they ask you both the same set of questions individually and then compare your answers. This is why honesty and open communication with your partner are so important before the interview. For citizenship interviews, the process is a bit different. Besides verifying your application, the officer will also test your knowledge of English and U.S. civics. You'll be asked to read and write a sentence in English. For the civics test, you'll be asked up to 10 questions from a list of 100. You need to get at least 6 correct to pass. Most people find this part pretty straightforward with a bit of studying. There are tons of free resources and apps online to help you practice. Regardless of the interview type, the officer will also go through the admissibility questions. These are the have you ever ... double quotes questions at the end of the application form. They cover topics like criminal history, immigration violations, and affiliations with certain organizations. Answer these questions truthfully and directly. If you have to answer yes to any of them, be prepared to explain the circumstances. This is where having an attorney can be really helpful, as they can help you prepare your explanation. So, how should you behave during the interview? Be polite, respectful, and professional. Dress as you would for a job interview. Listen carefully to each question. If you don't understand something, it's perfectly okay to ask the officer to repeat it or rephrase it. Don't guess or make things up. If you don't know the answer to a question, just say you don't know or don't remember. Honesty is always the best policy. Making up an answer can get you into serious trouble. Answer only the question that is asked. Don't volunteer extra information unless it's necessary to explain your answer. At the end of the interview, the officer will tell you what happens next. There are a few possible outcomes. The best case scenario is that the officer approves your case on the spot. They might stamp your passport or tell you that you'll receive an approval notice in the mail. Sometimes, the officer needs more evidence. They'll give you a request for evidence or RFE notice, which lists the additional documents you need to submit. In other cases, the officer might say your case is held for review. This means they need more time to look over your file or do additional background checks before making a decision. This can be nerve-wracking, but it doesn't automatically mean a denial. Finally, in some instances, you might receive a notice of intent to deny. This gives you a chance to respond and provide more evidence or legal arguments before a final decision is made. So, to recap, prepare your documents meticulously. Arrive early, be honest and respectful, listen carefully, and answer truthfully. The immigration interview is a crucial step, but it's a manageable one. Think of it as your opportunity to personally present your case and show the officer that you qualify for the benefit you're seeking. I know this is a lot of information, and every case is unique. If you're feeling overwhelmed, consider consulting with an experienced immigration attorney. They can review your case, help you prepare for the interview, and even attend it with you. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about the process, the more in control you'll feel. You've come this far in your immigration journey, and you've got this. Thanks for watching today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more guides and tips on navigating the U.S. immigration system. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and we'll do our best to answer. See you in the next video.